Hello, everyone. Well, this is sort of a throwback to when I did a rant on GameStop employees while playing Sega Bass Fishing. This is way back in my YouTube video catalog. It says 5 years ago. It only got 34 views. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Twitch while playing Sega Bass Fishing just to have something on screen. And I wanted to give my opinion on Twitch after all these years. I've been on Twitch just before the pandemic. I really started to stream. It doesn't look like it because I don't have a lot of followers. And, it was like 2018, 2019, I started to watch and started to try and get involved in communities, I think. So I wanted to talk about Twitch and give some honest opinions on it. Let's get the ball rolling. Play a game, arcade mode. And let's talk about the negative points on Twitch to start off. What don't I like about Twitch? Well, it doesn't feel like a real place. It's so strange to me when I hear people say, "Oh, I'm glad I met you on Twitch." Or, "I'm glad I met all these people on Twitch. I'm glad I met you in so-and-so's room." And I feel like you have to be careful because it's not the same thing as meeting someone in person. It's not the same thing as, like, meeting someone at your college or at your work or at your church, wherever. In those instances, you meet people in person, face to face, eye to eye. And on Twitch, you don't even know if half the people on Twitch even want to meet you. I feel like at least half the people on Twitch are just here to hide and play video games. And even if they do meet you, there's no guarantee that someone nice to you online on Twitch would be nice to you in person, especially when there's a financial incentive to be nice to the people that you attract to your chat room. With hosts, you have to be careful because there's always a financial incentive to be nice to people, and if you're one of those people that follow someone and feel close to a host of a certain Twitch channel, you have to be careful because there's a financial incentive for that person to be nice to you, and there's no guarantee that if you ever met that person that they would still be nice to you because, they aren't making money off of you if you just make a quick hello in person. I sound so cold when I say this, but I'm just being realistic. You have to draw a line between online life and real life and not consider them the same. Now they could co-merge. You could meet people off of Twitch and become good friends with them in person. And you could meet people off of Twitch and fall in love. I've seen it happen in different Twitch communities. However, you can't assume that someone wants to meet, and you can't assume that they're going to be as nice to you in person as they are on Twitch or wherever online. And so that's my biggest criticism of Twitch. It doesn't feel real. Now, let's also talk about something else. I want to talk about the social hierarchy on Twitch. Basically, it's like high school. The people on Twitch are going to make friends on Twitch with the people who have roughly the same amount of followers. So you have to be in the same class to really, really meet people and get close to people on Twitch. I feel like you have to have the same amount of followers. You have to have the same popularity. You have to be in the same class, It's no different than in high school. The popular kids in high school want to hang out with the popular kids, and the unpopular kids tend to hang out with the unpopular kids. That's how it is in high school, and that's how it is on Twitch. When you have like 400, 500 viewers a stream, you probably want to hang out and interact on Twitch with people who have the same amount of followers. And when you have like 5 to 10 viewers per stream and just 200 or 300 followers overall, then you probably want to hang out with people who don't have a big following, just because it's more comfortable that way, and just because you're more guaranteed to have good interactions than with someone who has so many followers and is so busy that it's not even that they're being mean by ignoring you, it's just that they have so many people trying to grab their attention, especially in the chat room when they're streaming. That was a big one that I lost. Even offline, even on like social media platforms, it doesn't feel like the people on top want to interact with the people at the bottom on Twitch. That's my other criticism. It's a social hierarchy on Twitch. It's just like high school, and it's just hard to break into new communities, especially when you yourself don't have a lot of people. It brings me to the point that I feel like I should be outside doing something else. So that's my other criticism, I guess, of Twitch. It's hard to make friends with people that are popular on Twitch, I guess. That's my point. Now let's talk about what's good about Twitch. You know, when I was younger, I could not imagine a 24/7 video game TV channel, TV network. And there was G4 TV in the mid 2000s, and it tried to be video game focused, although it wasn't always video game focused. But there was finally a channel on cable or satellite or wherever that presumably focused on video games or stuff that nerds would like. Wait, did satellite exist back then? I'm not sure. But G4 TV was a thing, except that it wasn't always focused on video games, even though that was the premise of it in the first place. Well, along came Twitch in like, what, 2013, 2014, and finally there was a place where you could watch video games 24/7. And it was better than a TV station. It was better than turning on the TV and watching G4 TV. In this case, on Twitch, you can pick the games you want to see. Pick the host you want to see. There are so many different types of hosts. You can pick different styles of hosts. Some people show their face, some don't. Some people are VTubers. I don't like VTubers. I don't like VTubers that much, but my point is, there's options for everyone. And me personally, I prefer when people show their face, because it just goes back to the whole thing I was talking about where Twitch doesn't feel real. So I prefer to see the face. But I know there's an option for everyone on Twitch. And there's games for everyone on Twitch. There's Super Mario, there's Final Fantasy, and there's modern games, Rocket League, Elden Ring. There's so much to watch on Twitch. You could spend all day on Twitch. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend just watching Twitch for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But even if you did, you would not be able to see everything. It's like a 24/7 video game network, and it's so great to have so many options to choose from in terms of what game you want to watch, what host you want to watch, and it's just endless. Now let's talk about what's positive about being a Twitch streamer yourself. Even if you have just a few viewers per stream, like 3 or 4 viewers for a 3 or 4 hour stream, that's still 3 or 4 people that are watching you. And at this point in my life, I'd rather have a few people watch me stream a video game rather than play the game offline by myself. I just can't get motivated to play games offline anymore. I'm motivated if 2 or 3 people want to watch. That makes me more motivated to complete a big game like Zelda or a big game like Final Fantasy. I just can't play those games offline anymore because they're so time consuming, and you know, just being by myself playing those games, I just feel like I should be doing something else. But when I'm playing them on Twitch, I have more motivation. Even if 1 people is watching me, I have more motivation than playing that game offline. So that's the main positive about being a Twitch streamer. Even if only 1 or 2 people are watching, that's more motivation to complete a game than if you're playing offline, at least to me. Other people could be different, but to me, I'm more motivated if someone is watching. Even if it's not a big group, I'm more motivated if anyone is watching me play a video game. So that's a big positive about Twitch. I mean, 20 years ago, I had no idea anyone would want to watch me play a video game. And just the fact that I have a couple of viewers per stream is still, I don't know, it still blows my mind in a way, even though it's just a couple of people. And I am thankful for anyone who wants to watch me play a video game on Twitch or on anywhere, on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, wherever. I am thankful for anyone that follows me. So that's the main positive about being a Twitch streamer. And let's see if I can catch this fish and end the stream the right way. End this YouTube video the right way. And there we go, I caught it, 4 pounds. I think that's a good weight. I mean, once you get into double digits, that's a big bass, but 4 pounds is okay. And that's my video. Anyways, those are the negatives and positives about Twitch from my view. And I know people could have different opinions about this, but these are just my opinions on Twitch and my experience from being on Twitch, both as a streamer and as a viewer, mostly a viewer, since 2019, 2018. I don't remember the exact date. But that's my video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.